The reason I think it's extraordinary is because so many of us, especially boomers, maybe less so when you look at the generations that are coming behind us because they've grown up in different times. But for boomers, we were schooled in the thought of goals and planning and mapping it out. So many of us, you know, that when you're able to step out of that and recognize that that probably is not how you're going to find your true calling, that probably is not how you're going to really be able to serve the world and your family and your clients and with your gifts. Because when you are coming from that figure it out, set goals, create a plan mentality, you are operating within a box of your own enclosed awareness of what you think is possible, of what you think you should be doing, of what society tells us we should do or shouldn't do, the voices in your head from your parents. I talk a lot about when I broke through, it was a shedding of all the voices in my head. There was so many mentors, coaches, teachers, parents, society, like you name it, like it was loud in there. Shedding all of that is what allowed me to hear my own internal voice, which is that to me is what living inspired is about. It's following your path, listening to your voice where you're being called forward. And to me, to live an extraordinary life, that's what you have to do because that's what breaks you out. I never in a million years would have dreamt 10 years ago that my life would look the way it looks now, that I would be doing the work that I'm doing now, talking about the things that I'm talking about, teaching what I'm teaching, meeting the people that I'm meeting, doing the volunteer work that I do, living where I live. So much of it is so different than where I was 10 years ago and where I ever could have imagined. And it is all because I didn't map it out, plan it out. I followed what showed up.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's extraordinary because I think we're not taught to do that. And most of us don't do that. And when we learn to do that and we practice it, it shifts not only our life, but everybody that we come in contact with.